I don't know about you guys, but I find Nintendo sales data to be very interesting. And not because of stonks or investing or anything like that, but because it's really cool to track a game's performance over time, especially with how nutty the Nintendo Switch has been for sales and general Nintendo performance. So, as of June 30th, Pokemon Sword and Shield has sold over 18 million copies. Now, this is June 30th, so we're a couple of weeks into the Isle of Armor update, which means I don't think there were any extra sales that came much after that. So this is roughly where Pokemon Sword and Shield is, maybe 18.5 million at this time. But interesting news is that it took over Super Mario Odyssey. Somehow, Pokemon Let's Go is still getting some sales, but where's Animal Crossing New Horizons? Well, this is where we can also use like the Wayback Machine. We can see previous sales totals and kind of just track all the interesting things that are happening. So as we can see, Super Mario Odyssey was ahead of Pokemon Sword and Shield, tied with Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild took off again because that game just holds up forever. Pokemon Sword and Shield got some sales. Like 200,000 people bought Pokemon Let's Go, and there's Animal Crossing. So in just 10 days, Animal Crossing sold almost 12 million copies, because this goes back to March 30th. Because we get like quarterly earning reports and stuff like that. So it's not down here. That means it's up here. Wait. 22.4 million for Animal Crossing New Horizons. Beating Smash by millions of copies. Demolishing Breath of the Wild. Crushing Pokemon Sword and Shield. Just everything except for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which has also put up ridiculous sales. Like, wait. 24.77 to 26.74. Somehow, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has sold 2 million copies. Mario Kart 8 sold more than Smash or Pokemon or any of the other games, except for Animal Crossing New Horizons, from March to June. That game is still popping off and immortal, but Animal Crossing New Horizons is looking to become the greatest selling Switch game of all time, and I don't even know if it's going to be caught. Like, this game could easily be updated really strongly throughout the lifespan of Nintendo Switch, to where anyone that has a Nintendo Switch, like, this is now your staple game. And when it came out, I said that. Like, when I was first playing, I'm like, wow, this is way better than New Leaf. This is going to flip people that didn't like Animal Crossing into loving Animal Crossing, because it's such a good game. It's like the definitive edition for the entire series. But I was not expecting 22 million sales. We're probably at 23 by now, because we got a whole nother month. Like, again, this ends at June 30th, because they can't just be like, oh, let's add the yesterday's sales to the complete total in our earnings report. You know, these things take a little bit of time to compile. It's also when the earnings date ends, investing things. But, so we have like 23 million copies of Animal Crossing New Horizons just out there. And from like just YouTube video performance and what I've seen on social media, that feels about right. And I didn't know if it was because like the Animal Crossing community was just like overly engaging, you know, more people that buy Animal Crossing are more likely to interact with it online, or if there were just more volume of people to where that's what showed the higher views. It's madness. Like that's a lot of people. And it's a multiplayer game, so instead of buying, like 2 or 3 copies for everyone on the family, you just need one Switch and then everyone can play it together. So that could also like bring down sales a little bit or something like that. Now, I haven't seen anything about the Pokemon Sword and Shield Isle of Armor, so that's just going to add like crazy amounts of value. Like, let's say 5 million people bought it, but at $30, that's like an extra 2.5 million sales. So it's good for revenue, but the numbers have slowed quite a bit. So I don't think, and with the Isle of Armor being like the greatest quality of life, like if you have Pokemon Sword and Shield plus the Isle of Armor DLC, you have the greatest quality of life Pokemon experience out there to this day. For when it comes to like getting competitive Pokemon and the game just working. I love the Isle of Armor, but if that didn't flip any people, I don't see how the Crown Tundra is going to do that anymore. I'm wondering if Game Freak was like trying to plan like, okay, instead of just doing the third version, we'll just pick up all the sales over time and then it'll kind of come out the same. Doesn't look like that. I don't know if this is still on projection or what they were expecting, but yeah, like Pokemon Sword and Shield has dropped off pretty significantly, especially because you can see it like 17.3, 18.2. Hasn't even picked up 1 million sales. Like, the Isle of Armor couldn't sell 1 million units of Pokemon Sword and Shield. Now, I do know it is pretty daunting when it's like, well, now I pick up $90 worth of game. But it is that, like, again, this is almost like the definitive edition of Pokemon. as a series because you're just set up and good to go. And like I said, Pokemon Let's Go still getting sales, Breath of the Wild, everything else just kind of like still ticking up there, but Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is untouchable. I wanted to like go to the past, Pokemon Sun and Moon, Pokemon X and Y. These were like the 16 million-ishes. We had Mario Kart 7. Mario Kart's just always on top. It's like just the ubiquitous game for kids playing Nintendo. But Animal Crossing New Leaf, we had 12.55 million units, and then we also had Animal Crossing Wild World with almost 12 million. So that's where I thought I was going to go. Like when I saw all the sales for Animal Crossing New Horizons, I was like, all right, first week, it's going to get 11 million. It's like the best Animal Crossing game, so might tick up to 15 and then kind of slow down. No, it's only picked up. It's only accelerated and gotten even crazier as like the culture just adopted. Everyone's like, let's play this. This is the official pandemic game where you get to hang out. Like, I don't know if the pandemic had that much of an effect, but people are super malleable online, so maybe. And it's all just about culture. It's all just about momentum. Peer pressure is more alive and well than ever. So if everyone's like, this is good, play it, everyone's going to do that. This is bad, don't play it. Pokemon Sword and Shield, Pokemon community dies because it's too toxic. Now the Animal Crossing community is imploding on itself. So there's a lot of madness behind this, but yeah, when I saw this, I was like, oh wow, that's just like a really good selling game. And then it just never ran out of steam, even compared to past Animal Crossing video games and stuff. But now we can look back. Diamond and Pearl, 17.67 million units. We were at 17.37 million, and now we're higher than that. So we still got some good news for Pokemon. Pokemon Sword and Shield have sold 18.22 million copies, surpassing Diamond and Pearl and becoming the best-selling Pokemon game of the last 20 years at a higher price point. It's very significant, and it's still grossed over $1 billion. So that's kind of crazy. And then that puts Pokemon Sword and Shield as the third best-selling Pokemon games ever. I was thinking, you know, if the DLC was fire, if it popped off, if everything came together, it could beat Pokemon Gold and Silver. Again, that momentum has halted. Animal Crossing, like, I wonder if like Animal Crossing actually took over that much. Animal Crossing was so strong, people just left Pokemon forever, or at least left Pokemon even beyond the Crown Tundra until Diamond and Pearl remakes happened. Also, Pokemon Presents might have had a bit of an impact. People were like, okay, I'll just get the Isle of Armor and then I'll keep up with Pokemon. Then they were just so against it. It's like, well, there goes 1 million sales. I didn't think it was that detrimental, but once again, my recent experience with the Animal Crossing community has shown me that people are treating the internet like real life, and it's getting very concerning. So there's like a lot of instability out there, but it is having an actual effect pretty much everywhere. But yeah, and then we have Pokemon Red, Green, Blue at the top. That's still crazy though, like crossing a 20-year gap to still get more people on the games in that time than any other Pokemon game. Wonder what it means for Diamond and Pearl remakes. However, if you look back at history, remake versions always sell less. You know, even though Heart Gold, Soul Silver are like the best Pokemon games out there, still falling far short of Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. Platinum isn't even ranked. So that's another thing. Third versions sell a lot less, makes a lot of sense, and then remakes sell a lot less. So when everyone's just kind of like, give me Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remakes, it's not a fair game, freak. You know, you need to listen to the fans, they don't care about us. Well, they sell less. Like even Pokemon Mega Green Alpha Sapphire lost Pokemon Sun and Moon. Lost Pokemon X and Y and Pokemon Sun and Moon. So it's one of those things, like, it came close. Like, this is probably, like, one of the least gaps that we have for any remake game, because Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire are amazing. Like, I think there was a point where Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire was outselling Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Sun and Moon, Pokemon X and Y, because people were like, I want this game more. And it's probably still getting little bits of sales because of that. So it's a real, actually, wait, I think we can still go to the Wayback Machine. We can go over here, and it will let us have the past. Never mind. So we have as of March 31st, and it's the same numbers. I'm guessing maybe they stopped tracking the 3DS data, or they stopped, like, selling 3DS games now because there's so much removed. But I remember for a while, there was still, like, a surprising amount. Like, in a quarter, Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire would still sell, like, 60, 70,000 copies, which is good. So what I'm saying is, you know, the drive for Game Freak to just rush out Diamond and Pearl remakes isn't there because the main series game is going to outperform it. Even though the momentum feels like more people would pick it up, I think that could happen. And I think that that's a real possibility just because of, like, how Pokemon Sword and Shield happened, and then with like the new drive for Animal Crossing New Horizons, like, I think people want like that next resurgence, that next renaissance of Pokemon, like we saw with Pokemon X and Y. Pokemon Sword and Shield ain't it. Diamond Pearl remakes are probably going to be the closest thing. Pokemon Let's Go wasn't it either, even though this is one of my favorite Pokemon games. This is one of the best Pokemon games out there. So it just kind of shows like the Pokemon community is pretty split. So I don't know what's going to do it, and I don't know if Pokemon Snap, the spin-off game, has enough momentum to even break 10 million. But after Animal Crossing, like, anything is possible, and Game Freak has a lot of paths they can take. Some of them are very successful. Some of them are just good. Like, I don't see there's any bad paths for Game Freak to take right now. But with, like, the competition still heating up, like, I didn't think Super Smash Bros. Was going to hit 20 million eventually. But it's been kind of just moving along because people pick up their fighting game, and it still has relevance. I wasn't expecting that this far in. So we got some shenanigans going on for sure. And maybe you guys found some surprises. Maybe you guys understand what's going on. But that's nuts to me. So if you guys enjoyed the video, hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.